What's up, guys? Good morning, fireyourtrainer.net. Welcome to week 5's video. Week 5. This week was not only a diet break week for me, this week was a deload week for me. So if you're unfamiliar with those terms, a diet break is during a dieting phase, you return your calories to a maintenance level. It's supposed to kind of offset some of those metabolic adaptations that come along with being in a prolonged caloric deficit. It helps you to avoid or even break plateaus, helps you feel better. It's kind of a stress reliever. Not for me. Not at all. I also had a deload week this week, and what that means is I took strain off of my body. So my strength training was reduced. I reduced the weights, I reduced the rep ranges. I actually even changed up some of my training modalities. So I did some steady state cardio this week, and I also did some HIIT this week. Some website updates this week. Finished out most of the reverse diet goals. So if you're ready to start your reverse diet, that should be 100% done by the beginning of this week, and you can get started. So last week I was down 0.2% body fat according to the bioelectrical impedance handset. I was down 1.2 pounds on average. I had 110% adherence, which was the best week I'd had thus far. I was coming off my period, so my weight was a little bit down. That was great. The pictures were really good. Last week I ran the 5K with Kenyatta, and I had sort of that mental breakdown. I just really needed this deload diet break week to come. Found that huge discrepancy in my chest. Toward the end of the week, I was way over on fiber. So I think that attributed to why my weight was up a little bit toward the beginning of this week. So this week was insanely stressful. It was one of those weeks where I just had to wake up every morning and say, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. I miscalculated my calories versus my activity for starters. I kept my calories on moderately active, and I shouldn't have. I should have lowered my calories to lightly active. So midweek, I started having to bump up my cardio a little bit to try and erase some of that excess. Learning process. I don't think that I have ever simultaneously taken a deload week and a diet break week. And I don't know that I've ever even taken a diet break week during a dieting phase. It seems very counterintuitive. Sodium, fiber, and protein were big issues for me this week. My sodium was up, my fiber was up, and my protein was down. I think I came in at like 93% adherence to protein, which is not good, because not only now am I in a slight surplus because I miscalculated my activity, I don't get the benefit of the thermic effect of feeding from consuming protein. So I don't get that extra little boost. Sucks, man. Like, I just felt like I was screwing up all week and nothing was going right. Haven't felt like this since week 2. So I did come in at 101% adherence. So that's my best adherence to date. So my weight was up on average 1.3 pounds. So that basically undid everything that I did last week. Trust the process. Trust the process. It's doing a lot more for me than just bringing my weight up and down. It's changing everything. So the purpose of a deload week and the purpose of a diet break is much larger than just the fluctuations you see on the scale. Your connective tissue gets a chance to recover, your muscle gets a chance to recover, your central nervous system gets a chance to recover, you get to sleep a little better, eat a little more, feel a little better. I couldn't relax to let myself feel better. I was too busy stressing out about my 1 pound, 1.3 pounds on the scale because I'm crazy like that. And I expected my weight to pretty much stay the same, and it didn't. So that was a big letdown, and I was very fucking frustrated with it. I'm sure a lot of you can sort of resonate with this. If you're on a diet and you don't see what you want to see on the scale, you anticipate one thing and then it's something else, it just gets really frustrating that you can't bully your body into doing something that it just doesn't want to do. So part of that was my fault, part of that was my body doing whatever the hell it wanted to do. So I was really upset about that. So at the beginning of the week, I did 2 days of light strength training. I still didn't feel super great with strength training. I just felt like maybe I needed a little, like, just to change my modalities up, like I mentioned earlier. A couple of days of stair stepper, and I did a little bit of treadmill, and then I did 2 days of HIIT toward the end of the week. I missed HIIT. I haven't done HIIT in a while because I've been so focused on building muscle and really focusing in on my strength training. I was so sore. God, like, you're not supposed to get that sore on a deload week. You're just not. You're supposed to relax, take it a little easy. Body weight can get you just insanely sore on its own. My serratus up through here was it's still sore actually. My shoulders were really sore, my legs were incredibly sore. Anyway, so my mindset this week I think has become fairly evident. Fuck this. I'm so trying to have faith. I compared week 4 pictures to week 5 pictures. The change wasn't that much, leading me to believe that it's really me and my horrible relationship with the scale. That 1.5 pounds, 1.3 pounds affected me way more than it ought to have. So this is outlining for me some pretty big issues that I've got with dieting and my approach to food and stuff. Acknowledging that you have a problem is typically the first step of resolution. So now that I see that a pound or 2 pounds or whatever is affecting me this negatively, I can address that. And so I guess that's a good thing long term. I forgot to do my body fat this week with my handset. My bad. Sorry guys. But I did have my calipers done this week. And I got one of the best readings I've ever gotten. I came in at 17.4 at the end of my deload week. So my caliper readings were awesome. The fattest area I've got was actually here, the back of my arms, which I'm sure a lot of you can identify with that, the bat wing. I don't really have a bat wing, obviously, but that came in at 10 millimeter measurement. So I store, I guess, a little more fat back there than most anywhere else, except for my quads. Quads are always gonna be an issue. I have thick lady legs, thighs thick as peanut butter. My thighs are so sexy they can't stop touching each other. I did get the best caliper reading for my thighs, quadriceps, that I have gotten ever. 28 millimeters. That's pretty darn lean for me. The highest I've ever seen my quad measurement was pushing 43. And then the leanest I'd ever seen them was like 38 or 37. So 28 is a huge drop. I hadn't taken my calipers in a very, very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and progress into the novice strength training program. For those of you that are following along and are doing it with me, go ahead and move up into the novice strength training program that is on the members portion of the muscle building. So you can download the program, print it off, and take it with you to the gym, just like you could the beginner strength training, but you have to be a member in order to access that. I have reassessed for moving into this next week with my diet. My goals are 1,878 calories, so I'm losing about 400 calories for the week, and my protein is back to where it was. My carbs are a little lower than they were this past week. My fats are a little lower than they were this past week, and my fiber requirements are down a little bit from this last week just because of the calorie drop. I'm going to trust the process, and I'm gonna hold fast. So I'm going to try and get my adherence, maybe come in at 107, 108. That's kind of my goal. I'm not being super anal with getting in right at 100% just because I feel like it's not who I am. I'm gonna come in a little over, I'm gonna come in a little under. I'm never gonna get it right on. I'm not a perfectionist in this way, but I still expect to see results, so, you know, whatever. All right. Anyway, so that's it from me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with that. There will be more updates this week. I didn't get any new stuff into the exercise library this week because I decided to take Saturday off and go blackberry picking with my friend. It was awesome, and it was a much needed rest. I will also have the veteran strength training program up for my members this week too. Gonna start working on that right now. This week, it's gonna be great. I'm willing it. It's gonna be great. Week 6 is my week. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do the things. Aye, aye, Captain. I'll see y'all next week.